You are listening to a Pleasure podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
I'm watching these performances, okay?
Yeah.
Women in very scantily clad outfits.
Were you turned on by those women?
No.
You were not.
I was so surprised. I started thinking,
What's wrong?
what's going on? I literally have no sensation in the bottom half of my body. Why is there nothing here? There's nothing. My heart's not accelerating. My palms aren't sweating. I'm not starting to asphyxiate.
You didn't have a boner?
No boners whatsoever.
So
if
what do
you
you
showed
attribute
me
it?
this like 15 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to sleep that night. This is very disturbing to me. I've completely lost my libido. It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
We are chatting about sex every week. Why are we doing that, Mom?
I just told you that there's so much pressure on me at the end to come up with an improv song, and now you're asking me to come up with some other more improv.
Improv to tell people why we do this every fucking week.
We do it to break down the barriers of what people talk about. That's
Yes.
why.
To entertain you, to make you feel lighter.
And by the way, your hair,
sitting
your
there
hair is
alone
looking
in your
good.
kitchen. Thank you.
It's actually looking clean today.
Thank you. Guess
right.
what? Haven't washed it.
Oh, neither did I.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Should
All
we
right.
begin?
Yeah,
Let's
should begin.
begin by just saying what happened yesterday when I sat down next to you.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Why don't you bring that up?
I sat down next to you.
We were watching
and
the Grammys.
I took a whiff. And
No,
I was like,
you didn't take the whiff. I literally almost threw up.
I was so repulsed that I was almost on the floor in my own feces. It was that bad.
Like, I think you had some feces on you.
You
The
don't
smell.
shower.
You don't shower.
You don't shower.
I don't believe
at
this.
all.
I can't believe you're saying this.
No, I
You
sat down next to you and I was
fine.
like, did I just walk out of the boys' locker room?
No,
What the fuck is
you
this?
probably just smelled yourself, which is so bad that I had to go move and sit by your sister.
My BO smells like roses.
Your BO is bad.
Your BO smells like wet dog
Wet dog.
from a dog run.
All right, let me tell you, the combination together was intolerable.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Sneaky freaks. If you're watching the Grammys, would you want to have an odor that you just can't describe sitting next to you?
Is it true that you only shower to do TikToks?
It's funny that you mentioned that as well, because I saw a guy on TikTok and he said that there is some benefits to being on TikTok, such as he gives him reason to take a shower and get up and put on clothes
And you do the same.
and put on makeup.
That's right.
Right. So if I didn't have TikTok, can you imagine what I smell like? It would be terrible.
It's absolutely right.
But between
It was
the two of us-
it's a scary thought.
You know what? The problem is that you prioritize everything before yourself. You don't give yourself self-pleasure.
That is not true. I'm constantly
Yesterday,
pleasuring myself.
when watching the Grammys, you couldn't even concentrate. You had to do your taxes in the middle of the Grammys. This is just sad.
I did your fucking taxes.
That's irrelevant.
All right, let's get into the first segment of our show. It's called Hit On or Shit On.
Hit on or shit on.
This is the segment where you lovely listeners will text us these wonderful things. 310-356.
3920.
That's right. So you could text us there. We'll get back to you. But, you know, some of these, we're not sure whether they're hitting on us
Or shitting on
or
us.
shitting on us.
We get these on all the different social media platforms.
Yeah, so I guess we're aggregating all of this.
Yeah. So
Just to give you the creme de la creme.
Yeah, I'd like to go first.
We'll determine whether it's a hit on or shit on.
Yeah,
So go for it, mother.
This is a hit on, but it's a kinky hit on.
Hit it.
It's a guy named WB Wolf, and it was on TikTok, and I actually responded by saying, in all the years that I have been receiving questions as, you know, a host and speaker of Karen Lee Potter show and now this podcast, I've never gotten this request.
Oh, boy. What is this request?
When can I cover your face in slime?
Oh, God.
I mean, just out of curiosity, why would anybody come up with this?
Why? So first of all, let's just get right to it. Is the slime his jizz?
Oh, I don't think so, because he would have said, "When can I cover your face and cum?" And he didn't say that. He said slime. Like,
So
I'm thinking like slime.
You're
like,
thinking like Nickelodeon
Yeah.
slime time or whatever the fuck it's
yeah,
called.
that's what I was thinking. Or
You thinking
someone
like
else
green
mentioned-
goo on your face? You're not thinking about jizz and cum?
No, another guy mentioned. This is my friend. He's gay, and he's like, I think he was trying to give you a good face mask. Like he was
Again.
thinking of a green algae face mask.
No.
Slime.
No, he's again. I think a facial is like
No, this
jizz
is
and
you're,
cum.
you know what this Corona thing is getting to you. You're talking about
This
really-
Corona thing.
Yeah, this COVID-19
Oh,
virus has made you very sex minded.
sneaky freaks! You got to let me know. Is this guy hitting on my mother by saying he wants to cover her in like a green gack?
He said
Or is it
slime.
Slime? Or is it that he's trying to jizz on her face? Shoot us a text 310-356-3920.
Onward, we had some other texts.
We did have some other texts. I'd like to read some of these.
I have not read these.
Okay. So Cecilia says on the hot Cam IG post, definitely not a disservice to Cam because he looks fire.
See, I know why you brought this up.
No,
You just want to tell people and not credit me for doing this. Just, okay, FYI, if this is the first time you're hearing our podcast or you missed the last couple podcasts, I, as a service to my son,
a service.
a service.
Yeah,
just-
like I subscribe to this shit.
Yeah. You were walking out the door and I'm like, you washed your hair, which happens as we just figured out once a couple of weeks. And you look pretty good right now. And I've seen those stupid clown pictures you have on your Tinder or your Bumble or whatever profiles. Why don't we take a picture of you? And you're like, okay. And you happen to be coming out of the pool and you were wearing a bathing suit and you're wearing a towel around your waist. So I thought, oh, this will be a good because you've been working out. So I'll take a picture.
Hold on, that's a very critical detail.
What?
I'm topless in this fucking photo.
So what? What are you, Playboy Bunny?
No, that's a very important detail because then later on when you posted on Instagram without telling me, I discovered just from my own notifications that you put a fucking thirst trap up there of me without my permission.
Now notice, sneaky freaks, he sounds like he's protesting, right?
We already talked about
I know.
this. We
I'm
don't
just
need to go back
saying.
into
I'm
this.
just saying. But now that he's getting all the responses from the sneaky freaks that how hot he's looking, now all of a sudden he's okay with the thirst trapping that was not his idea.
So that was a hit on, okay, from Cecilia.
You think that was a hit on?
There was a hit on. She's slid in a few times hitting on me. We have this nice relationship going on. But I want her to keep going. I want to keep reading her text, which says, "I'm mad at my algorithm for not showing this on my feed, but glad you guys mentioned it so I could check it out. However, it is important to check with someone before posting any photo of them."
Yeah.
So that's a shit on towards you.
Yeah, definitely shit on towards me.
Yes.
I am getting. This is
Let the record show.
This is called ingratitude.
Ingratitude, my asshole.
And
It's called a
Cecilia-
non-consensual thirst trap of your son. I'd like to continue on with Cheryl. Thank you, Cecilia. That was a nice hit on and appropriate shit on. Cheryl goes on to say, I had to pause the current episode to say, I saw the pic in question and thought, wow, he does look good. With a little winky face. You're young. You're single. Post that shit. One day you won't look that cut. Flex that shit while you can. Coming from a mom of two with C-section scars and stretch marks from those big old boys. Also, there's an episode of Schitt's Creek where Moira talks about taking the naked pictures of yourself now while you're young and putting it on the internet. I'm not the only one who thinks that. Winky face.
Thank you.
Okay, so in that situation, it sounds like that's a pro for you, and it,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Well,
it's a
first
hit
of all,
on for both of us.
Well, first of all, we always talk about Schitt's Creek being one of the only shows that you ever allowed yourself some time to watch. And Moira, she was wanting more
Yeah, that
of
was an
her
amazing-
nude pics, and she couldn't find any.
yeah, it was
Which
great.
is so funny. And I feel the same way. I'm like, why did I throw out all those nude pictures that I had of myself?
You had a bunch of nude pictures.
I had a few
You had a few nude pics
from my
your-
honeymoon, like in 1982.
These, like crumbled, deteriorating, yellowed pictures.
I don't know, but I thought, I think one day I thought, oh my God, my kids are going to find these. I better toss these.
Oh my god.
Or they're in a box somewhere in your
I have a
brother's.
yeah.
It's in there.
They're somewhere in my brother's storage unit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 100% right. You know you didn't throw that shit out. There's
Yeah.
no fucking way.
I better find those.
You better find those because God knows you're gonna die and I'm gonna come across that shit one day.
Give it to your sister.
Cass says, my 2 cents. I wouldn't be happy if my mom shared a thirst trap picture of me without asking. but I was happy to spot one of Cam last week. Thanks, Karen Lee. What the fuck is that?
That's a hit on for Karen Lee. Woohoo!
I do appreciate all of this love. It's very sweet.
You not only appreciate it, you are curating this conglomeration of hit-ons for yourself.
Well, it just so happened that they came in and I put them in a document, and that was
like I
it.
said, you protest too much.
What did you write down here? Mama knows best.
That's right.
Is that your own hit-on for yourself?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
I wrote Mama Knows Best. I read these. I'm like, hey, these are hit on. He doesn't want to admit it, but
Two of the three said you shouldn't do this.
Mama Knows Best.
Okay, Raylene also had one thing that was unrelated. She said, I think Cam would be the best birthing partner ever. He can totally coach me to breathe.
I would agree with this. I would think you'd be a good birthing partner.
Should I become
Should
I become a midwife?
No, I don't think you should, because although you love to help people breathe, you have an easy gag reflex and you'll walk out of the room while she's giving birth.
You're thinking of the 7-year-old son that
I'm
used to
thinking
puke
of someone who had to leave the room the other day because you saw something on TV. You said, I got to get out of here.
What?
I don't remember what it was. It was like something that scared you or upset you. And
I just remove myself from situations that I don't enjoy being part of.
So if you're part of the birthing
I have a
project,
strong gag reflex.
well, what's going to happen? You're in the middle of the birth. I could just see this. Some woman is giving birth. You're the midwife, and all of a sudden you like look down and you see all this blood and stuff coming out, and you're like, I'm out of here.
I didn't
See
really
ya.
think about the blood pouring out of the
There's all
vagina.
kinds of placentas coming out.
Oh,
all
God.
that shit that's got to come out. You're gonna be so far like those little rabbits running, like just leaping over. It's like the Roadrunner.
I have this image of me in like a nurse scrubs.
Yeah,
and
running.
and I'm all calm, and then suddenly I see some shit spurt out of there, and I'm fucking out. In this.
The first little,
Oh my God.
the water breaks. That's it.
Oh,
I'm out of here. That was
Jesus.
not what I expecting. You were expecting like this little perfect little formed being that comes out and a little baby.
What is the water breaking? What is that?
Okay, you know what amniotic fluid is?
Amniotic fluid?
Yes. Okay.
I think of it in like little chick eggs.
So your baby is in a little like fluids-filled sack,
Yeah.
and then
Sometimes
when it's
I sometimes close my eyes and pretend like I'm still in that thing.
okay, so once that sack is ready to burst, so that you can come out, then the water comes out, which is basically fluid, and then that's how that happens.
Yeah. That's
You know,
gross.
I know
All right.
that your father was a little concerned that I was going to break the water when I was going to the hospital in his car.
Oh, so you would go to the hospital prior to the water breaking?
Well, either it could break, and that's why you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Or
You start with the contractions.
no, or there you get to the hospital and then they break it for you.
Well, then how do you know that you're supposed to go to the hospital if it doesn't break?
You're getting contractions
so
regardless.
you get the contractions.
But then, all right, who cares?
I care.
All right, can we have the birthing 101 process later? I was thinking more about your fight or flight response in a movie theater when I was with you one time when you were younger, and
You
there
have
was
to
a
bring this
fire
up.
alarm. And the next thing you know, you were leaping literally over 4 rows and running the fuck out of there.
we bring this up very regularly. You
Yeah, but
gotta
there's
come up
some
with more
people
stories. because
who miss
typically,
it.
You are constantly in a state of emergency, and I'm here like a fucking steadfast rock
That
for you
is-
to cling on to.
So not true at all.
Yes, typically I'm here calming you, saying it's gonna be all right.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I am.
All right, sneaky freaks right now are like slamming. They're in the car driving, and they're like they're slamming the horns. Like, what the fuck? Is he? Who's he? Where is he? How are you trying
Gus died. Who was the Rock?
The Rock. You were not necessarily the Rock.
I was the Rock.
You were not the Rock.
Yes, I was healing
Yeah.
that little fucker back to life.
Yeah, you were doing some Reiki shit going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Deez is fucking storming the internet trying to figure out how he could save this kid's life.
I know. It was so cute.
All right.
Deez is my boyfriend for, again, the sneaky freaks who aren't aware of.
And Gus is our recently late dog. All
recently
right.
late dog.
He's recently late.
He's recently late. What is that?
He
Is it like
died.
recently late?
He's recently late.
What is he late for his breakfast? What do you mean
He's
recently?
very recently.
It's a
late.
made up term.
No, he's recently late.
Passed on, maybe
The
deceased.
past on is so
Went to a different higher place,
He's
whatever.
different plane.
Different plane.
Yeah.
His spirit is all around us, but recently late is
Recently
a very
late.
weird thing to say. Okay, but
I think that wraps our segment of hit on or shit
Hit
on.
on or
with the
shit on.
recently late dog. Mother,
yes.
I think it's also time for Satisfier presents the Cougar Rant.
The cougar rant. Okay, for those of you who again don't know me, I represent the person who has changed the term cougar.
Is it just an older woman who likes younger men?
No.
What is it, Mother?
A
And wait,
confident.
first of all,
What?
can we just explain why Satisfyer is sponsoring the Cougar Rant?
Sure. Satisfyer is what type of company, Cam?
They make sexual wellness products.
That's right. They do so in a very affordable way.
You know, air pulse stimulators you put on your clit. They'll
Yep.
take you to another level.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking cock rings,
Cock ring.
vibrators. Everything you need is sexual wellness.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, they're sponsoring this segment of the Cougar Rant in celebration of Women's History Month. Okay?
And I thought I'd bring up a few things.
Oh, go. Bring it up, Mother.
Well, the reason when I became single, I needed to come up with a term, as we know, for someone who is confident and who's had a lot of experience and doesn't necessarily like younger men, but is definitely, I'm viewing it more as a confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman.
Now,
So-
if you couldn't tell, if you haven't heard this before, which I'm sure you have if you listened to this podcast before, that was an acrostic poem that my mother has come up with.
acrostic poem.
Yes.
Yes. And I came up with that because I didn't like any of the other words. Like I didn't like MILF. That's a derogatory term. It's just like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
Whereas cougar,
Yeah.
she's the actual predator.
So what does a cougar believe when it comes to masturbation?
Well, let's just say a cougar knows how to please herself, because if you don't have the owner's manual to your car,
Yeah.
you can't expect someone else to be able to drive it.
Yes.
If you don't have it, you can't drive it first. And then you can't give it to someone else to drive because you don't even know how to explain it to them.
Satisfyer told me that they agreed with this sentiment, by the way,
Good.
and they wanted to expand on it by saying it actually takes off some of the pressure when you're with a partner to please you, as if they're the only ones that could please you.
Yeah.
You're basically putting all the onus on them
Yeah.
and giving them all the autonomy.
Yeah.
You take it onto yourself when
That's
you're able
right.
to, you know how to please yourself.
And I'll take it even a step further because I saw something on TikTok.
Okay.
And we all know TikTok is the most pertinent information at all times.
Reputable source.
A woman was talking about she had been in a really boring marriage where she was no chemistry with the man. And she is now single. And she said it's so much better to be single and be by herself and please herself than it is to be in a marriage where you're just kind of bored and there's no chemistry.
So I think this is all a wonderful way to say,
It's Women Empowerment Month.
that's it. You could celebrate by getting yourself a little sexual wellness product from Satisfyer.
I'm telling you, these things are revolutionary. It's different than just a vibrator. It's an air pulse stimulator, meaning that there's a pressure going down onto the clit when this air comes in. It feels sort of like oral sex, kind of.
Satisfyer's got a bunch of wonderful products. They have a whole line called Curvy.
Oh, yeah.
Very affordable. And guess what? Right now you can get 40% off because you're a Sex Talk with My Mom listener.
You're a
And
sneaky little freak.
So you can get 40% off and free shipping for all app-enabled devices when you go to satisfyer.com and enter code MOM40 at checkout. Just go to satisfyer.com and use code MOM40 for 40% off and free shipping. It's practically a free fucking sexual wellness product.
It's basically your ticket to becoming a cougar.
Ticket to becoming a cougar. Thank you very much, Satisfyer, for presenting that cougar rant. Mother?
Yes.
I would like to share an experience I had with you while watching the Grammys yesterday.
Are you going to talk about how bad we smell? Because we already did that.
I know we were smelled poorly, and maybe that's why I had this experience.
What?
I'm watching these performances, okay?
Yeah.
Women in very scantily clad outfits.
Were you turned on by those women?
No,
You were not.
I was so surprised. I started thinking,
What's wrong?
what's
with me?
going on? I literally have no sensation in the bottom half of my body. Why is there nothing here? There's nothing. My heart's not accelerating. My palms aren't sweating. I'm not starting to
You didn't have a
asphyxiate.
boner?
No boners whatsoever.
So
If
what do
you
you
showed
attribute
me
it-
this like 15 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to sleep that night. This is very disturbing to me. I've completely lost my libido.
No, you didn't lose your libido. You said that you've been to strip clubs. They had a stripper pole. You probably brought up.
They had a fucking stripper on the.
I know. And you know what happened to you?
What?
You had post-traumatic stress from when you were in the strip club and the girl sat on your lap and you
When I
freaked out.
literally did, I started hyperventilating
Yeah.
and just asked her to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did happen. But this did not. I was surprised. I think I'm getting older. I think I'm a testament to the fact that, or maybe it's the whole idea of you don't use it, you lose it.
No, I don't think it was any of that. I just don't think that that's your kind of. People get turned on. You get turned on by a lot softer porn.
I would have
type
been
of thing.
turned on by this 15 years ago. I was very disturbed when I was not turned on by it.
Well, first of all, I think it didn't help because they changed wet ass pussy to mushy gushy or whatever. What the hell was that?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
And your brother's going, this is way more sexual than if
Than
you
the
just
actual
called
songs.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And what also is interesting was that Deez decided to take a stand and leave the room.
What was that? Why did he get so upset about that?
I don't know.
He just took a stand.
I don't know why they can't allow. She's doing all these like insane booty slapping,
they're
clapping, all this
humping
shit.
each other and-
They're humping. They're in a bed. She's on a stripper. She's on a fucking
Doing
stiletto
everything she
stripper
could.
pole.
That was pretty cool.
And yet she can't say the word pussy on air.
Ridiculous.
Fucking crazy.
So it made him angry. He walked out of the
I
room.
think it is. It's crazy. It tells you something about our society that you can see that. You could see in like very
Vividly.
vivid images, and yet you can't hear the words. It's crazy.
It is crazy, and it's all over social media too, where people can't say things. You can't even say sex. You can't say sexology now on
fucking
social
nuts.
media, and that's really a study of sex. That's Sunny Megatron, American Sex Podcast. She did a whole thing on this. How can you not say sexology anymore? That's a
nuts.
study of it's a science.
It's fucking bonkers. It's bullshit. It's this weird fucking double. I don't understand it.
It's a double standard.
But you could see it. You can't hear it.
And then in the meantime, other male rappers can talk about going down and all this other stuff. They can talk about everything. And because they're saying it so quickly, I don't think it gets X'd out.
Yeah, that might be true too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was my experience in the Grammys. I was very upset that I wasn't getting aroused while sitting next to my stinky ass mother.
Well, you're also in the room full of people too.
It would have 15 years ago. I wouldn't give a fuck. At this point, I literally nothing. Zero.
All right. So maybe you should do some self-pleasuring, as we talked about
I
earlier.
just stick one of these curvies up my ass or something.
I think
like
you
that.
should stick a curvy up your ass.
It's not meant for that. Is not meant for the asshole. I gotta do something. I gotta have some sensation. Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe you just are conscious of the fact that you're in a room with your family, and that's not really appropriate.
It was not that, mother.
Nobody wants to
It would
think
never
about
stop
you
me in
getting
the
a
past.
boner with in a room full of your family members.
All right. Moving right along. What's going on in your life? What's going on with this new dentist of yours that you can't stop fucking talking about?
I cannot stop talking. I got a new dentist who actually took like an hour and a half with me. I thought to myself the whole time, Cam will be in here for 5 hours with this dentist.
He sounds very expensive.
It doesn't matter about the money. I'm just talking about how long-winded the conversation was.
Oh, I would have been
But-
if it's cheaper. I would be in there all day.
Oh, I know you'd be in there all day. But I got to tell you, I was toothbrush scum shamed.
The fuck does that mean?
I was scum shamed.
Was scum shamed?
Yes, I was scum shamed.
What is that?
Okay, so people listening to this must think I'm the most dirty human being possible when
You
I tell
are.
you this story. You know the electric toothbrush, it has like the handle part, which I want to make it into a vibrator anyway,
Yes.
but I have not yet developed that.
Yes, I'm
technology.
familiar with that.
But the base of it.
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to I took a picture of it to show my new dentist. This is the type of electric toothbrush I am wanting to know if I should get a new one or what he
Okay.
thought about it. He looks at it. He goes, "Oh, it looks like you got the Oral-B," and then he goes, "And man, I recommend you clean the base of this."
Oh.
And because I go, "What?" I'm mortified because I didn't even think that I developed such scum. But it just happens every time you use a toothbrush. It drips down and covers the base.
I hate that when I use
Right.
it. I don't even. I goes manual for this reason.
For that reason, you go manual.
I don't need all that scum. You
Yeah.
fucking go to grab it, you just covered in fucking your shit old toothpaste.
Yeah, and I normally have a towel there, and I wipe it off.
You do.
Yes, I do have it because I agree with him. It's disgusting, but for whatever reason, you could see in the picture the towel sitting next to it and it's still full of scum. And he's sitting there scum scheming. He goes, "Oh, I had to do the same thing." And my wife and I, we share the same one. We switch handles. Why do they share the same toothbrush and switch handles? I have no idea.
That is hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
You don't think that's a red flag?
Why is it a red flag?
It's
He's
a
changing handles.
dentist. He probably gets these for free. What? Dentist one toothbrush. They change the heads.
I don't know why he would do that either.
Maybe it's good for the environment. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to save.
Less wasteful.
Yeah.
Then they have to spend time with each other.
Or maybe they don't want
every
to.
night.
And maybe they only have like a very small sink area. They don't want a toothbrush that you can't plug in.
That
or
could be
there's
true.
one outlet
That's
or
true.
something like that.
I'm all for the one toothbrush solution.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, he claims that he keeps a towel there just for the purpose of wiping it down. I was scum shamed.
You were scum shamed.
Can you believe this?
You should be scum shamed.
Mortifying.
That's disgusting. I'm going to be checking on this fucking thing next time I use your bathroom.
Okay.
To see how much scum is there. Disgusting.
It's so embarrassing. And anyway, it is time for our other segment of the show, which I love the most.
What is that, Mother?
Mom's News.
Mom's News. Mom's News. I love that this is the segment you love the most. It's the segment that you take ownership of. That's why.
That's right.
This is Mom's News, a segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know information that...
You can't get anywhere else.
Okay, go for it,
Okay.
Mother.
This is from a publication called Man of Many. I don't know where this is, but it was very new. It's
This is
published.
why you can't get it anywhere else, because who the fuck knows what the fuck many is.
5 top sex trends for 2021 that you must know. Okay. Number 1. These are the predictions for the top sex trends for 2021. Role playing.
Have I been saying this or what?
Right. We've been talking about this, how important it is. Role playing includes dressing up. Pilot's favorite gaming character.
Pilots?
See, I don't know.
What is it, pilots?
Who's dressing up as a pilot? And by the way, are you going to dress up as your favorite gaming character?
The pilot, what are you, there's turbulence? Oh, and she's sucking my dick now or vice versa? What the fuck is that?
You like that?
No, I don't actually.
All right,
I think
well.
it's actually quite dangerous.
You think it's dangerous?
Come on.
Do you really think someone's going to get their dick sucked if they're maybe the co-pilot?
Are they two co-pilots? They're just going at it, and who's flying the plane?
I'm not talking. Maybe maybe the flight attendant comes in there, services one of the two while the other one's flying it.
I just don't understand. Why are we getting the
Fantasy.
cockpit
It's
involved?
a fantasy. Okay.
Pilots.
All right.
I hate that. That's a terrible role play.
All right. What about the gaming character? I don't even know any gaming characters. Do you know any gaming characters except for like the Disney ones?
The Disney ones? Yeah, I know like old school ones.
Yeah, Mario,
fucking Super Mario Kart, all that
You
shit.
can just see you dressing up as Super Mario. Hey, I'm ready for some
It
gameplay.
could be a little Jigglypuff.
Or Pikachu. Pikachu.
I'll be Pikachu.
Was he a game player or was it just those cards?
No, you could still, Super Smash Brothers. It was still he was a Pokemon, but he was also a game.
I did not know this.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap.
I can't remember. It's been 20 years since that thing was out, or maybe longer.
Okay, so you role play as Pokemon as a Pikachu.
Number 2, male pleasure toys is in right now. And I can tell you.
I've completely lost the thread on this whole fucking article.
These
what
are
is
the
this?
5
predictions?
top sex trends.
Top sex trends?
Trends.
Is there any study that went along with this, or is this just someone's report of it?
It looks like it's a report.
Oh, wonderful. From manofmany.com. Okay.
And I agree with them that it seems like more and more men are experimenting with toys.
Oh, cock rings are wonderful. I can't use them. It's too intense for me.
Maybe you should use it while you're watching the Grammys.
Seriously. I can't believe that.
All right. That was number 2.
Maybe I can use a cock ring now.
All right. 3, mutual masturbation. We talked about masturbation earlier.
No one does this enough.
How do you know?
I just have a feeling no one's talking about it. No one's doing it.
Why would they talk about it?
It needs to happen more often.
It does. What's wrong with mutual masturbation?
You're sitting there, you're masturbating next to each other. I love it.
You never did that?
I don't think I've ever done that.
You got to try that.
I think I remember having a conversation with someone about doing that, and they're like, it's too vulnerable for me. Very interesting.
It's not vulnerable for me.
Okay. Great. Just brag about that. Jesus Christ.
But it goes along the Women's Empowerment Month theme and what we're talking about with Satisfier and all that. You know, if both of you guys have your little toys and you're playing with, even if you're not even realizing the other person's in the room, who cares?
I think I learned about this first 5 years ago from Nina Hartley.
But you know what? I just talked about with her recently. We went out for her birthday.
Yeah.
You know what she said? And I agree with her. She's not a fan of 69.
It's not mutual
she likes
masturbation.
68.
68? What the fuck is 68?
I don't know. I couldn't figure that out, but I didn't even go there with her. She told me she likes 69.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't like 69. She likes 68.
Can I just say what she taught me?
What?
She was like, if you want to make sure something is safe, that your sexual interaction is safe, you can just do mutual masturbation to begin with as you build up the intimacy.
Right.
I think that's wonderful.
It is wonderful. It's a great idea, especially in this time. That's what they're saying. This is in the time of the coronavirus. Anyway, so she told me she doesn't like 69 basically because you can't really focus too much on the other person when you're focusing on your own.
68?
I don't know.
What the fuck is 68?
I don't know. I
can't even imagine what 68.
I will ask her. Okay.
Someone is trying to eat you out and you curl up in a little fetal position or something.
I don't know.
A little ball?
I don't know. Why don't you do some research and come back and let us know?
I'm not going to do the research.
Sneaky Freaks, dial, what's the number again?
310-356.
3920.
You could text us there.
Text us and let us know what 68 is if you know what that is. Number 4, sexual mindfulness.
Oh, I love
I
that.
knew you'd like this, okay? When you get to home, you go in the bedroom, will be clean, and hopefully you'll have showered. You're clear and without clutter.
Did you add that?
No, they're saying that this is what you need to do. We highly recommend removing TV from the bedroom.
Yep.
No.
Why?
Why?
What mean why?
I like watching TV in the bedroom.
It's a complete mind fuck of it. It takes you out of the present.
What if you're watching porn together?
Okay.
Okay. I don't think they were talking about that.
Nope.
Anyway, additionally, bad sex won't be tolerated. You've spent the last year with less sex, watching more porn, and or masturbating to find what works for you. So when you find a friend with benefits who gets you like no other, lock them in for the long haul pleasure.
I love that.
I knew you'd like that. And the last one, I think you'll really get a kick out of, because we talked about this last week as well, is sexting.
Sexting. Oh yeah.
I know.
It's another safe way to be intimate with someone right now. I love that.
Sexting and Zoom sexting.
The fuck is Zoom sexting?
You can Zoom with each other.
It's called cyber sex.
Okay, cyber sex.
Sexting is with text.
Okay. What about Zoom FaceTiming? I mean,
Zoom FaceTiming.
FaceTiming.
What the fuck is going on here? Have you used a computer before? The fuck is... Let's do Facebook, Instagram, TikToking.
Well, I'm just saying, sexting I think of more as a telephone thing. And what were you thinking more of?
Sexting is text.
Yeah, texting.
Cyber sex is with the Zoom or the FaceTime or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, they say that with soaring pleasure toy sales and apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, allowing you to digitally connect with people in the area.
I've been trying to
Sexting
digitally
will
connect.
be how you get to know someone before getting to know them. See trend number 4.
Yep, I love that.
All right, and that's it for Mom's News.
Mom's News. Mom's News. Thank you very much, Mother. By the way, I just want to say that if you're home alone and you're trying to pleasure yourself.
I thought you were going to go talk about the Home Alone movie. I know it's your Home Alone.
Maybe you're home alone watching Home Alone. You pause Home Alone
You
to
used
say,
to love that
listen,
movie,
I'm home alone.
You used to love that movie.
I love Home Alone. And you're home alone and you decide, it's time to pleasure myself. You take down your pants. You start getting yourself all hot and bothered. And you realize, oh, shit. This stalk is so dry.
Oh, my God. So what do you do?
This fucking pussy. This is not so wet ass.
How about we were talking to a business call today, and he says, how about some Vaseline? Is he still using Vaseline? What the hell's that?
Get off your ass.
I said you got to use Uberlube.
That's right.
Uberlube to save the day.
Get that Uberlube. That's our number one high-grade favorite silicone lubricant. It's made with just high-grade silicone and a little vitamin E, which will leave your skin with a nice velvety finish.
It's very smooth and silky. And you know what I like about it? No taste. No that smelly-ass odor. It's enough odors anyway. And additionally, it's great for the 3 oral, anal, and vaginal.
Sex, that is. Yeah. You could use this by yourself, with a partner.
It basically is it's our favorite perfect lube. That's all I've got to say about it.
You can use this in water. How do you like that?
Okay.
That's huge.
Yeah, I know you're a Pisces.
Anyway, if you need lube, you do need lube. Makes all sex better. Wetter is better. You can get 10% off.
That's a good deal.
And free shipping on Uberlube. And let me just say, by the way, if you're sensitive skin like mine, I have to use all that, all that Tide for sensitive
skin.
people,
Yeah,
sensitive
I think it
souls.
gave me a rash, by the way.
Guess what? Uberlube is made for sensitive people like us. Dermatologists recommend this because it's made with such few ingredients. No parabens or talc, all that shit.
Yeah.
So
it's good shit.
Uberlube.com. Use promo code MOM. You'll get 10% off and free shipping. That's in the episode description. Uberlube.com. Use promo code MOB.
That's right. And by the way, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, I think it's time for Cam's Uppers is the place to be. What the fuck, Mom?
I thought we were skipping over that.
You just skip over. You just pull out the tarot deck. What the fuck is that? I get one segment of the show.
I know. I forgot that.
All right, you could do the fucking tarot deck.
No, I want.
No, let's do the tarot deck. You brought it out.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
I just
Come
thought
on.
because we were talking about all the the things of the future right now.
Things of the future.
Yeah.
What do you mean with things of the future?
We're talking about our future.
You decided you want to pull a tarot card?
I think it's important, and we also would, just for those of you again, sneaky freaks, know we don't know shit about interpreting tarot cards. We just make them up as we go along, and it's always right. Because who's going to prove us wrong?
So we're right about tarot, is what it is.
And I decided I no longer will come up with a category because it always upsets me. So I'm just going to, when I read mine, it's just going to be based on whatever the tarot is telling me.
No question.
No question.
All right, go for it.
All right. So
this is a questionless tarot.
This is a questionless tarot. I'm just going to pick the one that. You're not going to fucking believe what I just pulled.
What did you pull, Mother? The sun. You've been waiting for this day forever.
I can't believe it.
You've been wanting this ever since I pulled it.
You pulled it. I was so jealous, and it wasn't even upside down. It was the full upright sun.
It's just
fun. It's got that little baby riding on that little horse, and it's got a big. What is this? What is this? I think it's curtain.
Yeah, it's a nice cape.
A rug.
Yeah,
a cape. It's got sunflowers. You got a little feather in the hat.
And we know this means prosperity. Things are going well. You're going to get all that money. You're going to get laid. You're going to get the TV show sold. All these sort of things.
I'm so happy I didn't categorize it.
You just wanted it to
I just got the sunny. You should take a picture of me holding up this card because I got the sun. I got the sun, moon, and a string. Na, 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 na. All right.
I got the world on a string.
The world on a string.
Mr. Sun. Mr.
Golden Sun.
You're conflating all these songs.
On me.
Anyway, congratulations on the sun.
You are my sunshine.
I would like to. I'd like to bring. I'll ask a question because I think this actually is a terrible approach because you have no idea what the sun applies to at this point.
I'm going with my entire life.
Okay, that's a good interpretation. I'm going to ask a question related to my limp dick. Will my limp dick get hard in the next year?
In the next year.
Yeah, I'm giving it a year. Let's
see.
A
whole year for that.
Let's see. And it's the
upside down not a good
Queen
sign.
of Pentacles.
All right, let me just say that
it's a fucking disaster.
You have never hit an upside down card since we started doing this tarot card reading. And
let us remind our listeners that if you get it upside down, it basically says your life is fucked.
No, it just means there's challenges. And so this Queen of Pentacles is not necessarily some card you want because she looks like she's a little depressed. She's holding something.
Queen of Pentacles is depressed because of my limp dick.
Yeah, she's holding up this orb of a pentacle.
And the pentacle is sitting right in her lap, and she's looking so sad at it.
She's covering up her genitals with this. Maybe you should get into this kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Go get into, the pentacles. And
what can we get into the pentacles?
Maybe it's some sort of religious thing.
What do you mean? Get into a religion? Take on fucking like Wiccan or something like that?
I don't know. Maybe this is telling you
got
to do something. Or it could be your whole Buddha spirituality thing. Maybe that's what it is.
Burn this fucking card.
No, you can't just burn it.
Put it back in the deck.
She's just saying.
Burn it. It just basically told me that I'm going to have a limp dick for the next year.
Yeah,
and that all the women around me are going to be disappointed. That's what that card says.
And you interpreted very negatively.
What other interpretation is that, Mother?
That if you work on this.
Work on what?
Things will happen.
Well, you work on what?
I don't know. You just got to work.
Put this fucking card away. I fucking hate this segment of the show. And this is exactly why I wanted to skip over and go to Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be.
Fun living is the life for me. It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where it doesn't bum me the fuck out and tell me I'm going to have a limp dick for the next year. The segment of the show that is very near and dear to my heart that I've been thinking about, and I wanted to share with you that my mother typically finds
boring
or
dull
or
exhausting.
Exhausting?
Yes.
It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers.
All right, so you're not going to find this boring or dull or exhausting. Guess what?
What?
Do you have to read it before I fucking say it?
I'm opening my ears to hear it.
Why don't you just host the whole fucking show?
What did I do? What?
I see you reading.
I was just
I fucking wrote down over here.
I saw a whole paragraph and I thought, oh shit. All right, let's hear it.
At least 21% of Americans have received one dose of the vaccine.
That's a quarter almost.
That's right.
That's a fifth.
And a third of the U.S. population ages 65 and older have been vaccinated, fully vaccinated.
Yay, older peeps.
So here's what I'm thinking about. I'd say like the first 3 months after the pandemic began, it required us to all shift our lifestyles. And there was a transition period where we got very, I'd say myself and many of the people I knew got very depressed. Okay? Our happiness level went down. Okay? As we shifted.
I'm following you. Go ahead.
But then I think our happiness, for many people, our happiness level went back to equilibrium.
Okay.
We tend to adapt to our surroundings.
Right.
We know this. I have a feeling the way out is going to seem very similar to the way in. We're in the inverse. Our happiness level is going to skyrocket
Woohoo!
for about 3 months.
And then
it will peter back to an equilibrium where we'll imagine that, nothing has really changed that much. That's my best guess of what's going to happen.
What is this? I'm picturing a few months of field day, summer, and then a return to normal levels of happiness.
Why do you have to read the notes? This is just for me.
Why did you have to write notes about that?
I thought of it as a field day when
like
I was
a
a little
little-
kid.
you
having
romping
a
in a
field day.
field?
Yeah, I'm having a romp in the field. Yeah, that's what I picture for the next 3 months. I wouldn't say the next 3 months. I'd say the summer months.
You want to romp in a field.
Oh, yeah, summer of love.
Do you remember
What?
I'm thinking?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking about that girl that wanted to romp in the field with me.
When you were in like high
Fifth
school?
grade.
Fifth grade?
Yeah.
No, it
It
wasn't
was the
fifth.
first girl that ever hit on me. That was a real hit on.
She wanted to romp with you, and you said, I'm not romping with her.
She aim messaged me and asked me if I wanted to romp in the field with her.
It was so adorable.
And I said, absolutely not. What the fuck I need a romp in the field? I barely know this girl. I don't need a romp. What are you pulling out the Queen of Pentacles for?
That's what happens when you don't romp. The Queen of Pentacles comes out.
I'm going to be romping this field day summer, okay?
Okay, let's see that.
That's what I'm picturing. So until then, though, let me just say, we gotta stay the course. No fucking around. Wear the fucking masks. Don't be
Yeah.
a little dick boy
Yeah.
and just say like, oh, okay, we're on the path to success, so we
Right.
can start.
No, we gotta.
acting
If
loose
anything, just stay the course. We're so close. Those fucking variants are gonna come if you don't stay the course.
That's right.
That freaks me out.
Stay vigilant.
Otherwise,
keep masking,
all those shots are for nothing.
keep masking. Keep washing the hands. Keep staying vigilant. Can I just say something, Mother?
What?
This applies to the fucking security guard at one of my favorite grocery stores. I'm not going to name. I cherish going into a grocery store.
Okay.
Okay. I am very, very cautious when I go in there, but I love to look at the people, the beautiful people. I love
Okay.
to look at the food. I've masturbated in one of these grocery stores at one point
Yeah.
because I didn't know where else to do it.
That's not normal, by the way.
I was having blue balls. We already talked about this. I don't want to go into it again.
Okay.
But
Well, if they ever wanted to hear this, though, what episode was this?
yeah, I think we talked about that with Michael Longfellow.
So look up Michael Longfellow, comedian, and you will find the whole story of when Cam masturbated because he had blue balls in a grocery store.
Okay, so I don't know how this happened, but somehow this security guard at this grocery store, he thinks it's okay to just be, basically hugging and bumping elbows with everyone that comes into the grocery
Get
store.
out.
I swear to God, he thinks it's like
He's hugging people?
like a community bonding thing.
So you hug him, he's hugged other people.
So he tried to give me the fucking elbow. It was the first time I took the elbow.
And you were wearing a hazmat suit.
And I was like, oh, I don't feel good about that. Even though I'm vaccinated now, thank God, I don't feel good about getting the elbow.
Why?
I don't want to risk it.
You don't want to risk an elbow?
I don't want to risk the elbow.
That
He's
is
giving everyone
critical.
hugs and elbows.
What difference does it make?
Why does he need to do that?
Why are you such a Larry David right now?
I'm not being a Larry David. There's a pandemic going on. He doesn't need to be giving a pandemic elbows going. So this time I go back. I'm so excited to go into the grocery store. I go, I see, oh God, it's the same fucking security guard at the front again. God damn it. And I'm walking in. I'm trying to figure out how do I take, it's a small opening.
You were trying to ditch him.
So I'm trying to get around him, and I'm kind of like side-eyeing him, trying to scoot around him. He doesn't see me at first, but then I think he catches them, giving him the side eye, trying to skirt past him, and he interprets it as if I need to get the fucking elbow. He's like, oh, I see you wondering where the elbow is.
Oh my God.
And he goes in, and this time it literally was a full frontal accosting.
Oh my God. Do you feel violated by the security
and
guard?
on the way out, he also requires the elbow now. He thinks I'm very into the elbow.
A very aggressive security guard.
Yes. And he's only wearing the fucking, very paper thin fucking blue mask. How did I get on
He's
the
covered
short
in
list?
other people's Corona scum.
Literally right after me, he's hugging the people that left.
And they're breathing on him.
They're breathing all over him. He's getting it. I'm getting it.
The fevers are raging.
Can you believe this? Why? The grocery store is my favorite place to go. Why do I have to get a fucking elbow and full frontal hug every time I go in there?
All right. So are you calmed down now?
Do I sound calm?
No, you do not sound calm.
That's Cam's uppers.
There's a Cam's uppers.
All right, let's talk about some listener texts. How about that?
Let's do that.
All right, so Marley said, I'm dying at the Simon and Garfunkel argument.
She's dying.
And by the way, this argument, in a nutshell, is that Art Garfunkel is the best part of the Simon and Garfunkel duo. I love Paul Simon, but my love for Art Garfunkel trumps all.
And I had issue with it.
Yes, she did. So Marley goes on to say, my mom raised me on this, and I played the Graceland album daily for my baby son.
Now, Graceland album was one of your favorite albums growing up, by the way.
Truly is still today.
Not with Art Garfunkel, by the way.
Simon and Garfunkel.
No, the Graceland is simply Paul Simon.
She goes on to say, I have to go with Karen Lee on this one, although can I admire, Cam, your most fascinating knowledge of art?
I think that was a bunch of bullshit knowledge of art that you made up.
Fascinating knowledge of art. Good luck on the sex website. Any lady would be lucky to have you. She's out there. Thank you very much, Marley.
Aw.
That's the type of support I'd like. Except you missed a very critical detail, which is that Art Garfunkel is one of the best musicians of all time.
Oh, my God.
David also messaged us. He said, I listened to your cuck video and actually saw my mom cucking my dad.
Okay, that is...
So I think the cuck video is basically our podcast on YouTube. And I think he did see his mom fucking someone else in front of his dad.
It's odd.
I've never heard this where you walk in on a parent getting cucked.
Yeah, I think that's another... We always ask when we do live shows or when we do any kind of shows with guests, we ask them to talk about an experience they had either walking in on a parent having sex or vice versa. We need to add another piece to this. Have you seen cuckolding going on?
Have you seen your
parents being cucked?
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you for sharing that, David.
Yeah.
And we have a new sneaky freak.
I love new sneaky freaks.
Named John A.
Hello and welcome to you, John A., you little sneaky freak.
And if you'd like to join our inner circle, you'll get access to us once a month. We do a very fun Zoom hangout.
And also we have a huge back catalog of never released to the public podcast episodes that were not part of, there were extra bonus content that we didn't include.
Yep. So you can join us there at patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom if you just want to support our show. patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. I also want to read a review because we love when you leave us ratings and reviews.
I really do. Thank you for bringing this up.
This one says, love this pod, guys. Thank you so much for this genuine and funny podcast. I usually listen on my walk home from work, and I'm often just laughing out loud as I go down the street. I also love how angry Cam is. Keep doing what you're doing because it's great. So, mother, I did skip over one line about I wish I had such an honest, open relationship with my parents, but I thought that wasn't a very...
First of all, can you read... What the fuck? I noticed you read every detail of every word when they're talking about you and your thirst trapping shit. But when it comes to Cam is and both how angry Cam is and both of your accents, I like that. She likes our accents.
Yep. And then she says she wishes she had an honest and open relationship with her parents. So
please keep doing what you're doing because it's great. 5 stars. Love to bake.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sweet review.
I love that, and I love the way you're now deciding what to read and what not to read. That's a fucking bullshit thing you just did, Cam.
I loved it. Anyway, if you want to support our show, please do so by leaving us a rating and a review. It takes fucking 5 seconds. You can go to ratethispodcast.com/mom. That's also in our episode description. It'll tell you exactly where you can leave a review, and it's super helpful for us.
And it's fun.
It's so fun. One last thing. You guys know that we start every show with this, you're listening to a pleasure podcast.
It's a hot sound.
It's a hot voice, right?
Yeah.
That sultry voice is that of Shulman Smith. He's releasing an album, and he just released a couple singles that are absolutely incredible. And we just wanted to thank him. And this is some dope-ass, very folky, fun music.
It's my kind of music, folks. If Tom Petty got together with the Avett Brothers, and they had a baby, it would sound like Shulman Smith.
He's got
a really cool voice.
Truly remarkable. He also put me in his music video, which is very fun.
There's a little cameo of Cam in the music video. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, if you look out for Way Out West video on YouTube by Shulman Smith, we're going to play the song right after the show ends. But we just wanted to say thank you to him. And if you like it, give him a follow on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. Is it time for your music now, Mother?
My music is coming up right for your very listening ears.
Can't wait.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees, and hoping Cam gets a sensation in his peenie.
Thank you for that hope.
I have hope.
I like that one, actually.
I hope.
None of this Queen of Pentacles bullshit. All right. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, you guys. We love you, you little sneaky freaks.
We love you to the moon. Bye.
Bye.
I got on my baggage pack. My mind went out the door when she done let me in. Came from the same town. Now I wanna go home. Way out west with my honey, I got all these bags filled up with money. And way down, look at me, honey. I got all my baggage packed. Kansas 58 made a brand new state. They went way down to get what's gleaming underground. And then the fighting came in time, and the flooding and the fire. But it's changed now, made out. They drove a spike into the ground. Way out west with my honey, I got all these bags filled up with money. And way down, look at me, honey. I got all my baggage packed. Her mind went out the door to leave her next of kin. She escaped